Right now, so it's just us, and the camera's actually a little bit off. Strangely, get that fixed a bit.
Okay, all right.
Welly, well.
What's going on behind you?
The green?
Yeah.
I'll fix it.
No, I kind of like it. Oh, it's Leah. Hey, Leah.
Leah, what's up? What's up?
Hello.
How's it going? Let me get this camera thing going. Allow. Beautiful.
I gotta be honest, I have absolutely nothing to talk about tonight.
That's okay, Jake. That's okay. Welcome, guys. Episode 191 of Trade Skills. My name is Brandon. This fucking guy over here is Jake.
This is Justin.
Yes, that is in fact Justin.
He's a guy. He does stuff.
Things and stuff.
We hang out sometimes.
Yeah, but we're here. We're drinking beer. We're going to be talking about all kinds of nonsensical nonsense. Is this your comfort stance, Jake?
Yeah, I think so tonight.
Monkey mode, Jake.
Tonight.
Monkey mode. Monkey mode, Jake.
Fuck off.
Just came back from the cheese factory. Not a factory and not that much cheese. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Honestly, I feel like that could be like a metaphor for my entire life. You know?
Not enough cheese and not enough
Just
factory.
came back from the cheese factory. Not enough factory. Not a factory. Not that much cheese. Yeah, like I feel like that could be a metaphor to describe almost everything that happens to me. You know?
In the cheese factory.
Like, I mean, it's entirely open to interpretation. You know? I mean, just
there's a factory
just
somewhere
assume that I'm not
making
talking
cheese.
about cheese, and I'm not talking about a factory. Like, replace those two words with anything else, and it might describe. Oh, the Cheesecake Factory.
The Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, this is actually a much different statement now.
Let's see if this works right. Yeah, there it goes. It kind of cuts off, some, but we make it work.
Justin, you're in the spotlight. You gotta.
Oh.
You need to say something silly. Say something very silly.
He's like, nah,
Say
bro.
something silly. Say something dumb. Do it.
He leaves that for you, Jake. Yeah. Do I need to turn down the song in the background?
Yes, it's a little loud.
You're a little loud, homie.
Yeah, it's all right. Switches to monkey, please.
No.
Come on. You know I love it.
Here we'll do. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, but that's like way loud now. Even lower, yeah. Right about there. I think that's okay.
So fucking needy, Jake. Why'd you take this off?
It just fell off.
I don't want you to lose it. I need it for things.
I would never. Fuck. It's just.
stuff and things, Jake.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I really have nothing. This is not a creatively
We can make this
big
work,
night
Jake.
for me.
Don't give up on us.
Huh? No, it's
Don't
okay.
give up on
I'm
us,
just gonna open a
Jake.
beer, and we're gonna talk about that until we're out of beer to talk about.
Where you go ahead
think.
and you crack open a cold one.
Okay.
Or I'll open it. What's up, Mama Sharon?
Don't you fucking dare.
Yeah, we got Fireball right down here.
No, fuck you. I really refuse.
Glass, Jake. Glass. Bequeath me. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Give everybody the glass.
You
Again,
have to drink
I don't
from
know
the
why I'm
bottom.
talking like
Just
Mormon
like-
Freeman.
That was like... That'd be silly. Stop it. If you laugh track me again, I'll kill you.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
I hate you.
All right, I just grabbed one. We're doing
Okay.
completely blind grabs.
Okay.
What we got here is Aura Vitality. And it's got a nice little wizard. It looks like a Radagast. Imperial Goza with mango, pink guava, pineapple, kata oranges. I've never heard of those. And lactose. This is from Rough Tail Brewing Company. Let's see. That is in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Designed and created by Astro Bear.
Fancy. Very fancy.
Trying to find the ABV, but they're like, no, fuck you, figure it out.
Just pour the damn beer or I'll kill you.
Heard.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just being mean.
Hand me your glass, troglodyte.
Just pour it from there.
Here.
Oh, okay. There you go. I suppose it's a reasonable amount for now. Let's see. Okay, alright, let's cheers, and then we can taste this thing.
Yeah.
It smells orangey. It smells like
That's
lavender and orange.
kata oranges. That's a nice little...
Very satisfying, clinky.
Smells boozy, boy. It smells like a boozy boy.
It's tart as fuck. Wow, it's good. Pretty good. It's tart. Okay.
See if you can find an ABV on there. I could not find one.
Tastes like 5% to me.
Tastes like 7.
Think so? I bet you.
Jake might find it.
I don't think they're required to post it.
How do we redeem our afterlife award?
Oh, it's you have to die first, Alicia.
And then you will be sent an email.
Yeah, right. But honestly, I'm not sure. I've never redeemed one successfully, but I've not died yet. So yeah.
This is Aura of Vitality. It is 7.8%.
Fucker, I kill you. God damn it. How
Wunderbar.
How dare you be right about that?
You can smell it.
I've been drinking all day.
You can
so I'm
smell
kind
the
of, like,
alcohol.
I'm a bit. My senses are not robust right now.
Well, it's a good beer. It's a good beer. It's a
Wizard.
It looks like a Radagast. Here, I'll do it to the table, and you can look down to see where it's at. That's the guess. Table, damn you. Display. Look at him.
Just look.
Aura of Vitality.
Nice. Very nice. All right. Okay, so let's get into it and let's actually talk about
So Justin,
subject.
That's
good.
less of that, Jake, please.
What?
Microphone picks up all of that.
Yeah, I know that was the point.
I don't want that.
All right.
Somebody complained about that earlier. A couple. They said it's so loud in their microphone or in their headphones
Yeah,
that
they
is.
can just get like I don't know, like robot ears or something.
By the way, Justin's been lately working on a. He's been up here. So I met him for the first time, and then I think I didn't see him again for like 2 or 3 weeks later. And then I saw you at your work with Jake, and yes, he's been coming here lately, and he's been working on it. Is it cactus stand?
Yeah, I guess so. Just like a platform so that I can not move them in and out of the tent all the time to water them. Just have them.
The tent's like outside.
No, it's in my bedroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're building something so you don't have to.
Yeah, like take up half my bedroom.
That's fair.
Them.
That's fair.
Justin is a cactus tier.
Yeah, I kind of got like way too into it.
He's a cactar.
That
That needs to be your next tattoo from Final Fantasy, the cactar. You know what I'm talking about? You don't.
No, I don't.
Oh shit!
They are famous in Final Fantasy.
Right.
This is what you will become eventually. When you know, like when people have cats and they die and their cats eat them.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of like that,
That's nice.
but you become a
Oh,
cactar.
okay. Yeah.
Cactar.
Yeah.
You know how they dance and all that. The thing I
They
don't
just
like
swivel
about,
on that
The
leg.
thing I don't like about cactars is that they're all swastikas.
They are.
Yeah, I mean it's like once you
Well,
see it, they're not quite. They're one leg turn away from being a swastika, and once you see
Yes,
it,
I
you
think
can't,
that
like-
originally it probably was a swastika, and they were like, ooh, maybe not.
Just switch these two real quick.
Let's not.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, so eventually, when you pass away and all the cactus are still there, they will engulf your body and you will become a cactar.
Hopefully.
Dude, if you got like reanimated by cactuses, that would be insane. Like,
I am Cacto Man.
Yeah.
Fear my quills.
It started in May with one cactus, and now I have like 300 or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
it's-
does that go into succulent life as well, or do you not count? Like, what is I mean, I think a succulent's within the cactus family, maybe, but not cacti exactly. This gray area there, I don't honestly know. I know you know a lot more about that than I do, or maybe I'm just like, oh, these things are hard to kill, so maybe they're like.
So I'm like, I could
What-
be wrong.
what
but I
defines
think they
something as a
are all
cactus?
Succulents. They're cam plants. They're in the family Cactaceae, and they're cam plants, so they can photosynthesize during the day, but they can only exchange gas during the nighttime.
Gassy boys.
Yeah, so they can retain water and live in arid, droughty climates.
So outside, it explains why his cactus was doing great all the way up until we got this cold weather.
Cold and wet is like the main. Yeah, it was like raining for.
Yeah.
And he said it was already infested with bugs.
Yeah, it had
So-
ants in it. It was a bit of a Trojan horse. Jake brought it in, and then all of a sudden there was just a
Ants, yeah.
colony of ants.
It was already had something going on.
There's a colony of ants, and Jake brought them in, and then once he picked up the cactus to show it one day, he was like, "Holy shit, there's ants everywhere!" And he put it outside, and he banished it
It's
basically
because
to
it was-
death.
Yeah, it was because it tried to usurp this house. Like it literally tried to take over. It was like an attempted coup. You know?
They were coming after you at night.
Yeah, dude. It like.
You're wondering why your shit started moving all the
It
time.
harbored an ant army. So anyway, it had to die.
You could have given that to somebody, and they would have loved.
Their ant army.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they would have put something in it to kill the ants,
Maybe like.
spiders.
That's not like spiders.
We could have just loaded that thing down
What
with
if
spiders.
what if they just like shrank an anteater to like mouse like size and then just like put him in there?
That'd be so cute.
I know. Wouldn't that
That would be
amazing?
fucking
Shit.
adorable.
Just like his little snout just like going around when he goes. Yeah.
So what made you kind of obsessed with cactus?
Definitely for ornamental reasons only, sir.
Oh, okay. I got
It's 'cause
you.
they're
You might
green
have
and
to slide that
spiky.
mic just a bit closer to you,
sorry.
on towards the edge.
For ornamental reasons only.
They're
Heard.
green, they're green and spiky. You know.
They are. They're not
And
cuddly.
blue and spiky.
Raw from Murfreesboro. Cheers, Robbie.
Oh hey, this is my friend Brandon. Rob's the friend I told you about that does podcasts. Like
Yeah.
podcasts. Yeah.
He's
Well, hey,
gonna
welcome in, man.
he's gonna be very disappointed by what we put out.
Nonsense. Our stuff's I don't know. It's fun. We have fun.
Since it is live, people can actually, they can watch us. So, Jake,
Why did that zoom in on me just now?
you had your hand up. You're flailing about, Jake. And
it interpreted my flailing as
yes, because if you hold your hand up, then you have a following camera.
No, dude, I really so Rob's been inviting us down to Murfreesboro, like I told you about, to tour some of the breweries down there. He knows he's like real familiar with the breweries in the area, and I mean I would love to go down there and follow up on that.
Give us a hookup, Rob.
I am going to be in Murfreesboro this week or next because
that's what, a 30-minute drive?
Like 35, 40 minutes. That's where my motorcycle is right
So I know
now.
my girl lives out on Murfreesboro Pike, but I don't think that's actually Murfreesboro, is it?
Murfreesboro Pike goes from like Florida all the way to New York City.
Heard.
It's like that long. All right, take the camera off me.
Yes.
Thank you. Right.
So yeah, Robbie, thanks for, you like going by Robbie, I'm assuming? C. Russell? Or is it Crussell?
Russell.
It could be Crussell. I'm not judging. My last name's Smith, The sky's the limit from there.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to bastardize your last name, but I can't talk Crussell.
It's his name or my name? Because my name in school.
What's your middle name?
Ray.
Ray.
So in middle school and high school, anytime we had really bad microphones and speakers, so they'd be like,
and that, do that again.
Yeah, so you would have Brenda Smith, you would have Brennan Schmidt, you'd have Brandon Schmidt, you'd have like 5 Brandon Smiths.
Jesus.
It's Russell, but I prefer Crussell now. Crussell is the way to go. Crussell is the crust of this earth. It all started from Crussell, and it all ends with Crussell.
That's funny. That's a good. That's.
So, Mr. Crussell, what is your podcast about?
Oh no, so I think he
Or he edits podcasts.
I think he edits podcasts.
Okay.
And honestly, we've just happened upon each other like 2 or 3 times at Smith and Lentz. Like our drinking schedules just like align, and so I've just dropped in and seen him a few times, and we've just like kind of talked.
Yeah, you chummed it up.
Yeah, but
Mr. Crussell, do you like cactus?
All right.
So I had a prickly. So at work, I work at Butchertown Hall, and we have a lot of cactus there. Or do people in the cactus world like to be called cacti?
I mean,
semantics, I guess.
Are cactuses technically plants? I guess so.
Yeah,
So-
they're very technically plants.
So there's a lot of
Is that a
cactus.
dumb question?
Very technically plants.
Yes,
But
they're
like,
amoebas.
but they're not like a plant in the same way that like a pine is a tree, right?
Exactly the same way.
Yep.
So
Same way.
Yeah, same way.
So we've got lots of cactus at work. We have this like Tex-Mex vibe, and the owners just wanted cactus everywhere, which is cool and all. A lot of different varied styles and of cactus. Anyways, they're like, oh look, there's a little prickly pear or whatever, like whatever the apple is that's on top of a cactus, right? And I'm like, oh, this is cool. It's like sitting in a glass. So I pick it up. That's cool.
Little black whites in your hand.
That's cool. And I put it back down and I start working, and I'm like, ow, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck? Dude, tiny little needles that I just eventually I had to be like, well, I guess you've become a part of my skin now. I should just accept you.
Honestly, I feel like cactuses have like evolved into like the just don't fucking touch me, bro.
Yeah, that's why
mentality. And get off camera. Stop.
You're beckoning them back again, Jake. Anyways,
There we go.
yeah, so that's a very, that's not a fun kind of experience. But I let it happen, and
I mean,
Just texture this shit out. Mine
oh man.
you just have them in your hands all the time.
all the time now.
You're just used to your hands just feeling spiky.
So like, if you high five somebody, do you like spiky them?
No, they don't hurt for the most part. There's only one in my thumb
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh, it found that sweet meat. Found the soft meat.
One right there.
Carmen Tequiera
Taqueria?
put cacti in their fajitas.
Taqueria.
There you go.
Oh,
Taqueria.
Yeah, you take like the prickly pear pads.
Mm-hmm.
Had you not killed it, you could have eaten it.
Yeah.
that's not how.
Oh.
Taquiera.
Yeah.
You could have eaten them?
Yeah.
Do you think that would have been appropriate? Like,
I don't think it would have been inappropriate.
yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
depends
I
on
just
how it depends on
so
how
like
you
that
ate it.
cactus. Like, so when I first met that cactus, we became like we. I mean, like we were like really close friends for a few weeks. You know, like I would spend like maybe 45 minutes a day when I got
Was
home from
that
work
appropriate?
talking. No, we were just friends. I would
Okay.
spend like maybe 45 minutes a day talking to the cactus.
We should
Okay.
question your sanity because of that,
No,
Jake.
no. That's I spend at least 45 minutes a day talking to my cacti.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, he was, and they're like really cool because the good thing about cactuses is you can just kind of like you can just sort of talk with them and they just sort of like, you know, they don't judge you. They just
You just
like,
get close and they're like, "Don't
Judge
fucking
you.
touch me."
They kind of judge you.
Don't fucking
Do they?
touch
I
me.
think so.
They're gonna attack you.
They're like, "I got
Well, I
spikes.
guess-
You stay the hell
I
away."
guess this cactus did harbor an army of ants and attempt to take over my
Yeah.
house, and so
He's like, "Don't mind these little guys.
treasonous bastard.
Ignore
So-
them."
And
Yeah.
I've been learning through the book that we're doing for book club at work
Mhm.
that pests won't attack plants that are healthy. So your plant had to have been stressed the fuck out to get
That sounds like Jake's plan.
pests in the first place.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess
Oh.
it's probably it was probably I was getting home and was like, "You're my only friend, cactus."
And then in order to
only
save it, you
friend.
put it
And
out
it was-
in the wet and
It was
cold.
probably well, okay. So I banished it to death when
That's
I moved
fair.
it out there.
I
literally-
feel like cactus though is like you talk to them, but anytime you get close to them, they're just yelling out, "Hey, stay the fuck back, stay the fuck back," and you're like, "Dude, I just
Like,
want to."
Do you see my? Do you
Hey,
see my
thanks.
pickles? Yeah.
You're like, "Hey, no, I just want to talk to you about the guitar I made today or worked on today. It's for a very get the fuck back, guy. You know, I don't give a fuck. Just keep your distance there.
Like, don't you see my spiky things?
I got spikes.
You got
I
spikes.
inherited them from my mother and from my father, and so on.
Yeah,
So
and a
I
cactus-
will attack you."
Cactuses do have like the strongest boundaries out of the plant world.
They're not
Yes.
very cuddly unless you're another cactus. They do hug
no, I
each
don't
other.
even think-
Really rigid boundaries. They will leave you alone.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I feel like this cactus was like one of my best friends for a period of time. And,
Ouch. Thanks, Jake.
What? You're also one of my best friends, Brandon. I mean, and you know, honestly, and to actually be to be one of my best friends and be sentient is kind of like
That's a big deal.
that's a big deal. Yeah. So, yeah, you know, I spent a long time talking to this cactus, and then he tried to take over the house with an army of ants. So I moved him
It
outside.
was a Trojan horse situation.
Yeah, no, it was literally he tried to usurp the. I mean, he's a treasonous cactus. And so I banished him to death. Like, yeah.
So the beer that we have currently just polished off is Aura of Vitality. Imperial Goza with mango, pink guava, pineapple, kata oranges, and lactose. So it's more of like you saw the hazy kind of appearance from it. 7.3%, I thought it said, and it is from Rough Tail Brewing Company in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
All right,
Why
Justin.
don't we have a Georgia City, Georgia,
You and just yeah.
or
that'd be
Florida
great.
City, Florida?
I think there is.
So-
that would be great. Yeah. Justin, you wanna pick the next beer just blindly out of there?
Blindly.
Yeah.
Oh, that was drawing you, huh?
Very nice. What was this one?
There we go.
Okay, this is our
That's
mead.
what I wanted
This
to
is our
start
mead.
with
Ooh, the
anyways.
mead.
So we have
Yeah.
had this one before, but I feel like this is like their. So this is their Dragon Con, Atlanta, right? Is our Dragon Con. It's a big anime weeaboo convention.
I don't know. I didn't read this before we got here.
I don't know. I don't.
It's
follow that.
everything you ever needed, nerdy. It's a
Yeah.
big convention for it. So you're gonna see Trekkies and Star Wars fans. You're gonna see Marvel fans and anime fans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The whole spectrum of body odor.
Right.
It's all of it.
Gotcha.
Not throwing
Nice.
shade to any of that because I've got a lot of good friends that go to Dragon Con.
I'd go to one of those things probably.
Yeah,
Like-
that's where we're gonna buy our costumes for future episodes.
I mean, you can
And
just
have
make 'em.
True, but neither one of us are makers in that aspect.
I could. It's you. The problem is I feel like you.
You're gonna make all the outfits
No,
out of wood,
my problem, Brent. No, I can work with almost any material, honestly. But like
skin.
Yeah, what you need?
Can you work
I-
with
Go ahead,
skin?
You want skin?
I guess
outfit?
what I was about to say
I
is
will
that,
make a
like,
purse
one of the
out of
things
you.
that one of the things that I've learned is being somebody that makes shit and then like I realize when I go to buy something, like, oh, I could make this. And what I used to do is just try and make everything, and then you end up in a situation where you're adding like so many hours to you're taking so many hours out of your time every week, and you're just like flooded in projects, and you have like 40 things that aren't finished, and and that's why people buy things, is because they don't want to make it.
Not only that, but I can imagine like once you start really like paying for things and start making it, you're paying in time and you're paying in materials and everything like that. Like it eventually doesn't. You might save, 10-20% on the project compared to just buying it. So it's like fuck it, just go ahead and buy it. It says fast way to meet celebs is Dragon Con, or at least B-list celebs. I mean, I'm sure you can like walk up and you're like, oh, Corey Feldman, what's going on? My name is Rick D from Rick D Radio. I'd love to have you on. He's like, yeah, totally love to have. Yeah, that sounds good. And then here's my business card, and you hand it to him, and he's like, oh, thanks, and he throws it over his shoulder. And that's a B-list. I mean,
I would love to get tased.
Yeah, he's been in Goonies, and he's been in Lost Boys, and he's been in a few things here and there. But Corey Feldman's stuff.
You just like ran with that comment.
I did.
Nice.
But that's kind of how it is.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's open the
mead.
That's
Isaac.
We must open the mead.
We'll let the one who chose it. You choose the brews. You pour the. There's not really a way to do that.
Do what?
You want to get that water bottle out while you drink? Unless you're drinking it.
Are you drinking it?
No, mine's right there.
Yeah, fucking nerd.
Pass that glass.
Oh, yes.
Did you see how it bounced off of the thin air behind me?
Sure.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Ooh, the color's good. I don't remember it being that color. Dragon nectar. Here, you can read off what it is once you poured it for yourself. Oh, you want to hear it? You want to get into some of the ASMR? I'll be quiet. You're liking that too much.
Love it.
All right, so what is this?
So, Dragon Con Dragon's Nectar Session Mead with passion fruit, hibiscus, and dragon fruit. Monk's Meadery, Georgia's first meadery, 6% ABV. We're in Georgia.
I think that's probably somewhere around Atlanta. It should be down the bottom, bottom of the back.
For sure.
Shantae, what's going on? We're hanging out. We're drinking beer, and we're hanging out with Justin. Yeah. Not only is Justin a cool guy, but he also is an he's a cacti expert.
A cactomancer.
He's like no. He's a cactomancer.
Yeah.
I'm very new to it.
I mean, it would just be amazing. My power is of a cactus.
Dude, honestly,
my only fear is the cold and water.
I'm seriously thinking about like D&D like cactomancers right now. Like, how would I make a?
He can shoot out spurs, but that's about it.
Yeah, you just like shoot.
Yum.
Like,
hey, Justin. Shantae says hey. Hello. So we're. Isaac said this tastes like nerd sweat and Kool-Aid.
Cheers.
It does smell great. It does smell great. Cheers.
Hi. Yeah, it would definitely a druid. A cactomancer would be some kind of druid.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you'd have to be able to shoot needles at things. You would have to be green, but like be sort of, or blue, I guess, and be like sort of ashamed of it. You're just like, stop calling me green,
I feel like they've had super villains like that were basically not necessarily cactus, but they were like lizard people with needles. They were villains, usually mutants and X-Men.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They were usually pretty weak. But I'm sure you can take any power. If I learned anything from my anime days, you can take any super person with superpowers of any level and make it OP. Like there's a guy called what is the name? Lactokinosis. Lactokinosis. Okay. He can control milk and anything with like lactose in it.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. Lactokinosis?
Okay,
lactokinesis?
so
lactokinesis. Let me tell you, 1 second.
All right.
lactokinesis. Everybody joked on him when these are the powers that he acquired. He was literally like, "Oh, that was some really good yogurt you had this morning. Be a shame if it came up." And he could like control the yogurt in their body, and it congealed and coagulated and choked them. He literally murdered so many people. Like most of the superheroes,
That is so weird. Yeah.
most of the superheroes died. The one guy who survived was able to turn back time and kill him from the get-go. He had to go back in time to kill this guy because he was so powerful.
So would that first beer that we had,
Yeah, we would. That would.
would he be able to control that?
I guess it depends. If it
Aura
contains
of
if it
vitality.
contains enough lactose
Yes.
to be like dangerous, you know.
Yeah, only person who you wouldn't have to worry about is the person who was it read your hand, so it zoomed in on you. Anybody who's like lactose intolerant, they're pretty much, they can just beat the shit out of them.
Okay, so my favorite superhero was Dog Welder. Do you guys know Dog Welder? I've talked about Dog Welder.
Yes, but I don't think Justin knows about Dog Welder.
Dog Welder, Justin. Dog Welder he's a retired welder that lives in a back alley and like wears a blast shield, never reveals his face, right? And he fights crime by spot welding dead dogs to people. Like he collects the corpses of dead dogs that he finds.
How do you spot what?
This sounds like Viv.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't sound possible, but like, I think it's probably honestly the blowtorch that does all the damage.
He just,
Yeah. It's just like the comic books. They like show him like holding a dog like
Oh,
this
this
and
is
a
actually
blowtorch.
okay.
Yeah, and a blowtorch in the other hand, and like the villain is just like, oh my god, he's welding a dog to my face.
I don't think it really works that way.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, but
If
like,
you know how metals work,
yeah, no,
but-
it would not work unless the dog was made of metal.
or he was
But-
just magical. He was super, he had superpowers, and they were to weld. You can weld anything
you
to
can weld
anything.
any dog to any.
Anything to
Yeah,
anything, and he
else.
chose dead dogs as the worst.
Yeah, this dog welding villain is not believable.
He was a superhero, I think.
Yeah, he was a
I don't
superhero. He was
believe
he was
that.
actually a hero.
That's not.
There was a villain in some comic. I don't know what he was in, but he wore.
See? Dog welder.
No, I don't think that's real life.
Look at him. He's amazing.
Well,
man.
no, of
I
course
love-
not.
I
It's
love
it's,
Dog
it's like
Welder.
silly ass comics.
It's yeah. I mean, look at this. This is insane. Look at
He's
that.
just got like a dead corgi.
Yeah, he's just got dead corgi and a goddamn blowtorch.
So
That's insane.
there was a
Yeah.
villain, and he was like he wasn't actually like a strong villain. He was like a bank robber, but he just like strapped babies to him,
Tell my shit.
and nobody could like shoot him or attack him or anything because he had like
He's
he
covered
had like
in
captured all these
babies.
babies and
No
like
way.
taped these babies to his body.
Take him out.
So they couldn't have. It was just babies. There was babies surrounding him.
How many babies?
He had a bubble of babies around him.
How many babies could he possibly have
Dude,
around
big-
him?
I think he had like 10 or 11 babies
10
on
or
him.
11.
Yeah, all through his legs and everything. He had baby. He was just walking around with babies
Okay.
attached to him.
And what was the other? What was the other risk?
I mean, they just didn't want to shoot to hurt the babies,
What
and they
else?
wouldn't grab
Okay,
him
what
because
else?
they could possibly hurt the
What
babies.
did he do?
Just rob banks.
Oh.
He was
Just
he was a minor.
Oh.
Dude,
He was just just a robber, a criminal, but just was like, what's the most innocent thing in this world that nobody would ever hurt?
Were the babies like
I know babies.
well secured? Were they just bouncing around?
They were just taped to him.
I'm guessing like
He had like
okay, so,
duct tape.
Dude,
Right side up.
Yes.
all right,
Okay.
so oh hey, Justin's your friend.
Oh hello.
Swahamia.
Nice.
Hello.
All right.
Muggy.
Okay, so
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Is that the full name?
Yep.
Swahamia?
I'm right. So imagine this. Imagine this. It's your first day as a bank teller, and you're like, you're just like working at the bank, and this dude walks in, and he's got like, babies tattooed, like duct taped all over him. Like he's got like 2 babies on the side of his head.
Oh yeah,
He's
he had
got
babies
one-
attached to him.
He's got 1 on each bicep. He's got a baby on his shins, on his thighs, and like 4 on the torso. 1 on his back. He walks in and he's just like, "I'm here to rob the bank," and but you can't hear him. He's just like,
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's Jake from a long time ago.
That's still just as happy,
We
Jake.
need to change that.
No, that's great. I love it.
I don't like it.
We only see it once in a blue moon. Nobody
Yeah.
ever follows us on Twitch, so Hey,
What up,
thanks.
I hate the saw.
You hate the saw.
Yeah, anyway,
That's a remnant of days past.
from like 3 years ago.
Yes, that was
So-
actually within his wood shop that eventually burnt down. So R.I.P. wood shop. A drink to the wood shop.
I think if somebody walked in, if I was my first day as a bank teller and somebody walked in and they're just covered in babies, I would just like, yep, here's the keys, deuces. I would just walk out, you know.
I would be like, can I cuddle this one baby right here? I just want to.
I would just immediately be like, here's the keys. Here's how you get into the bank vault. I don't. You know what?
We know the
I
most
don't care.
powerful bandit deterrent is hand shot.
Hand shot. I love that movie.
Have you seen Buster Scruggs? Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Are you a movie guy?
That's good.
I was at one point.
Thank you.
but
Signature
I
Justin
haven't in the
Vape
past
hit
few
right now.
years.
Pawn Boys.
Oh, what's up? Hi, Coombs.
Here you can
Nice.
send them. Yeah, send them love. I know not who Pawn Boys is.
Oh, so that's
Panabo?
Swahami's husband.
Hell yeah,
My
Panabo.
friends.
Bellissimo. But yeah, there's a movie by the Coen brothers. It's Coen brothers, right?
Yep.
And what's the actor's name who goes in to try to rob the place? James Franco. James Franco. It's back in the Wild West, and James Franco comes in to rob the place, and he's like, "Do you get robbed very often?" And he's like, "Well, I get robbed every now and then, And
I have
He's
seen
like-
it. It's like a newer one.
yeah, it is. So
It's great.
Has the guy from Holes in it as well.
yeah, he
Side
is.
characters.
He is, he is.
I forgot about him.
He is Buster Scruggs.
Oh.
If I remember right, he is Buster Scruggs in Holes. Yeah, he's in Holes. He's kind of like a lackey. He's kind of like the main guys who own the place. They're like lackey man. But yeah, he's often used by the Coen brothers. And yeah, he tries to rob the bank, and the bank teller is just badass, and he's
just, like,
running after
so-
him with just
He's like
cast iron pans
he's, like,
attached to
so
him.
unassuming, and then just like he has like all of these guns wired up behind the bank, like just like with like little switches, and he just like, and it's like the bank is just like artillery
thanks.
shooting at this guy, and he's like, what the fuck? And
It's the guy. Have you seen Office Space? My stapler.
Yeah, it is.
It's
I
that
agree.
guy.
It is a shame. I would love a movie just about Buster Scruggs. Honestly.
Oh yeah, I would love a Buster Scruggs movie.
Dude. I would watch a movie just about this. I mean, the first two skits were my favorite.
What was the second skit?
That was Panchot.
Well, I mean, there was a funny scene with James Franco, which fuck that guy now. But James Franco's he gets hung like twice in it, and he's up there at the
Well,
the
yeah,
gav-
that's the second scene.
yeah, he's up there at the gavel, and the guy's up there crying, and he looks over at him, and is like,
First time.
"First time, huh?"
Yeah.
And the guy looks at him like he's fucking crazy.
It's kind of great.
Yeah, it's a great movie. The whole Buster Scruggs scene is really great, or the part one. And honestly, I like the minor with Tom Waits, which I already like Tom Waits. Don't go into that what? I don't know if you ever listened to
I
Tom
like-
Waits songs. Everything's just very
I like
gravelly
Tom
and
Waits.
incoherent. Is that where the famous meme came from?
That
Yes.
is where the meme comes from. Yeah.
Yes, it's called The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Yeah.
And
it's
honestly,
it's a very good, very worthwhile watching movie.
the first part where just the whole Buster Scruggs part one, that's enough. You can do a whole movie out of that, and that's so quotable. There's so many memes that you can get out of that. Tom Waits since early years, volume 2.
Yeah.
I do like Tom Waits. He's all over the place.
Yeah, it's a Netflix original. Like the Coen brothers made it specifically for Netflix. I mean, it's really really great.
It is great, and each of the parts or the acts or whatever they call them aren't related to the next act.
It's like basically like 5 different Wild West stories.
Think of those old books you would get. That's like stories of the Wild West,
And I
and it's
got-
like 5 of them.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest. The Liam Neeson one was, I didn't like it.
It was messed up.
I did not like the Liam Neeson one. The Tom Waits one was good.
I
and
like the Tom Waits one.
I liked the Tom Waits one because of the scenery and and it was sort of forlorn.
I'd watch Tom Waits read a grocery list. That is
Yeah,
true.
dude. I would too. That's funny.
God's away on business.
Hey, Justin, you're supposed to be like.
Yeah, they want you to talk more.
Well, wait.
They're here for you, man.
What you could do,
I'm sorry.
honestly, what you could do is you could you could vape out like words.
Smoke
You know,
signals.
like, yeah, but like do like.
I wasn't okay. So I was not told that I was going to be on a podcast.
Yeah, we did kind of, you know.
Oh, we shanghaied you, yeah.
Yeah, he
I
got
was told
shanghaied.
that there was going to be a podcast and that I could stay and hang out, like.
And
I don't. I wasn't. I didn't realize.
Do you feel like, to be honest, do you feel like you were bamboozled? You could have told us no. Oh wow. Okay, I feel kind of bad now.
No. So I mean, I don't know. I went on a hike this morning, and it was great weather. So I took some mushrooms, gourmet, of course.
Yeah,
Delicious.
shiitake or
shiitake,
you know,
lion's
oyster
mane.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
Turkey tail is good for your brain.
right.
And then
You took them with you, like as hiking
Chanterelles.
companions.
Yeah, he found them along the way. Chanterelles along the way of the trail.
I actually did. I found some oyster mushrooms. They're gonna go in my beef braised.
Very
it's gonna be
nice.
great. But yeah, and then I was getting sleepy, so then I needed some more oyster mushrooms, and was gonna do some woodworking, and then I'm on a podcast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
My wood shop
I'm
broke.
hanging.
His belt sander, right?
Yeah, I had to take apart the motor.
It broke on us.
But it's okay.
What's Justin's opinion on the Coen Bros?
Oh, I don't even
Just
know.
chilling. Yes, it's kind of like Black Mirror except cowboys.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean it is a bit, but
But I would say much more silly than Black Mirror. Black Mirror has very like
No, well,
existential
I can do
thinking and
we are gonna finish.
I
the
can do it
project.
without the belt sander.
Yeah, we're gonna finish it for sure. I mean, we made good progress on it yesterday, and it's like we've got like all the wood dimensioned out. We kind of just need to like.
sand it.
Well, yeah, we're just cleaning up the
Right.
cuts right now.
Cut some notches.
Yeah, cleaning up the cuts, cut a few. Yeah, X-brace a few things basically. Yeah, cake. Yeah.
Getting it done this week was kind of spontaneous, anyways. So even
Sweet,
if it doesn't
yeah.
happen,
Yeah, no, we'll get it done. I think we'll be very close tomorrow if you come hang. What I'm kind of thinking tomorrow is I'll go to work in the morning, get off at like 3, and then like.
You think you'll have it fixed by then?
the belt sander?
Yeah,
no, we don't need that.
No, I think it's fucked. But
it happens.
yeah, it's all right. It's not an expensive machine actually. It's like
Justin
some-
seems pretty determined that he's gonna make this happen regardless.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna finish this
I have
project.
to. It's such a pain in the ass.
No,
So,
we'll get it finished. I mean, this. No
I
problem.
have, like-
yeah.
I have over 100 terracotta pots in this 4-foot by 8-foot tent in my room, and each week I have to move each of them out, put them in a tub, water it in that, drain it into a different tub, and then put them back. That's just a bitch now, because
Yeah.
I have way too many.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So-
It makes sense. So you.
I just want to
Oof balls.
Put them on a platform, have them drain into tubs, water them in place, not have to move them ever. It'll save me so much time, so much energy.
So do they need a certain environment? Can you just have them in your room? You
Yeah.
said something about them being gassy at night, so
No, that's just like when they take up water and through their stomata, so like the little cells in their skin that open up to
Right.
accept water and nutrients and stuff.
they don't do that till the night.
Mhm.
Which explains why they don't have them in the north, like far north, because they have just really, really long days, and it's cold and it's wet. Makes sense. Reminds me of the episodes Seinfeld where Kramer is building levels in his apartment. Yeah, the show's too good. It's super quotable. So Jake, you get to choose the next random beer. So we've chosen all 6 of these.
I landed the retrograde.
You knew that was a retrograde, you son of a
really didn't.
bitch.
You want me to put it back? I guess
No,
you can.
no, you're good. It's
Yeah.
too late now. It's too late now.
I just spontaneously grabbed the thing. All right.
Yes.
So, Retrograde Coffee is a coffee shop in East Nashville that I knew existed, but I didn't go there until today. And so,
Yeah, we found it for the first time today.
Well, I knew it was there for a long time. It was walking distance from where I was, so I walked there. And then,
Rigged.
yeah, and so, and then I discovered that it's actually a pretty damn cool coffee shop. Like, I mean, the iced coffee was good. It was strong, bitter, a little bit sour, which is all great qualities in iced coffee. I think. Speaking of coffee, did we brew coffee?
We did brew coffee.
Yeah.
All right, so Jake, go ahead, pour this up. I'm gonna turn this off so they can get some ASMR.
Yeah,
They
this
said
one, this one,
ASMR
this one, this one.
whispers. Hee. So I need you to pour it in, all ASMR style, and then whisper into it what it actually is. All right, we get it.
Sorry.
I mean, she likes it. It's okay.
As,
Okay, so
okay. All right.
It's way louder than I thought.
slow down, Daddy. That's awful, Jake. Just for the record, that is awful. They don't understand that, Jake, all it sounds like is smacking into the microphone. No. One day I'm going to have shotgun microphones, and the microphones will be so far away from Jake, he won't know what to do.
I'll be like, I just want to touch the microphone. Yeah, I know.
All right, so you got to talk about what this is, Jake.
Oh yeah. So
in a whispering form, in
Right.
an ASMR form.
Okay, deal. Retrograde Espresso Cream Ale. East Nashville Beer Works. It's a collab with the Retrograde Coffee Shop using their coffee and brewed by East Nashville Beer Works.
What's our ABV?
Piss off. This golden ale made with retrograde espresso and vanilla boasts a bold yet creamy espresso flavor.
That's vanilla, sir.
It's vanilla, while balancing a light, crisp mouthfeel. 4.5 ABV, 16 fluid ounces with a green label.
Vanilla.
Cheers, bitches.
It's the best.
Cheers.
Pop your knuckles first. Jesus Christ, Jake.
All right, there we go.
Yes. Let's go. This is a espresso cream ale. Ew, no knuckles. Ick.
It's gonna taste great.
Okay.
That good. That's good.
Yeah.
That was a fun moment, guys. All right, thank you. I was about to say cue the music, but
They said, ew, no knuckles. Ick.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah.
Nice, guys. Right on.
So yeah, that's stellar. That's good. We're getting the coffee, but it's not overwhelming. It's a cream ale with a slight coffee
It's
espresso kind of
definitely
vibe.
you get it tastes like you poured a pint of espresso and then poured it out and then poured a beer on top of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Like
You're getting all the legs of the espresso
yeah,
in the
you're
glass.
like getting like you taste like the layers of the espresso, kind of, you know.
It's. Hold on, we gotta give us that one more time. And we're back. We're giving you guys a little ASMR. Oh, slurpage. Slurpaggio. The fancy Italian version.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, when you guys make those cocktails and you have like the atomizers. It's kind of like you poured a beer and then you used an espresso atomizer and sprayed it.
A question.
Can it be ordered?
You know, we would send somebody beer if they sent us a beer.
Yes, if you can find some beer that we can't get anywhere around here.
Yeah, send us. I mean, I don't think you can order this one outside of. I mean, you probably can't get it outside of Nashville. Honestly.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably
Retrograde
not.
is a very small coffee shop.
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
They're great though, but they're a very small
Yeah.
coffee shop.
Yeah, I don't think you can get it. Maybe, but I doubt it. I mean, East Nashville Beer Works is a small.
Yeah,
brewery.
it's just a brewery in East Nashville. It just kind of gives away what
that's honestly, it's one of the smaller breweries in town.
It's great though.
I
love the outside. It's good vibe.
They are very good, but
well, I live in Canada, so
me and Brandon smuggle things into Canada all the time.
Yeah. So the trick is that you get. Well, actually, I use USPS. I don't know how it works in Canada, but I use USPS. I get one of these flat rate boxes that I can fit 6 beer in, and I send 6, bubble wrapped up, and I ship them as like syrup. Like maple syrup or raw ingredients, something like that.
Oh yeah,
because it's technically illegal to ship beer.
In the history of Canada,
this is what you would do if you were to do that.
I feel like
you were the type of
guy. And Canada and syrup.
In the history of Canada, I don't think they have ever rejected a order of maple syrup at the border.
I feel like they would actually commandeer that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think. I think they'd be more disgraced by the fact that you're trying to commit syrup fraud.
Syrup fraud. Okay, I just had a vision.
We'll find these motherfuckers. I
just had a Canadian.
Wait, you live in Canada? What part? My girl lives in Canada.
Oh,
no
lies. So we're having. So somebody in our Twitch chat is saying I live in Canada, and somebody on our Facebook chat is saying, "Oh, my girl lives in." I don't know. Yeah. So we're on 2 different chat boxes.
Right, yeah, I've only done the Vancouver Island, BC kind of, Vancouver, Victoria kind of. I've only done that. That's it.
Dude, I had, when you said syrup fraud, I had a vision of
we have the best maple syrup. Why would we want yours? That is true. But yes, that's how I label it, so I can send people beer and they can send me beer.
I have 2 stories about this.
Actually, yeah, send me syrup, I'll send you beer.
That sounds like a plan.
I'll risk a felony for some good syrup.
I have 2 stories about this. One, when we said syrup fraud, I just imagined I saw a vision of a prison yard in Canada with a little Canadian maple leaf flag in the background.
All right, pause. And I do want to hear this, but do they kill people with syrup?
Maple syrup trade in Quebec is literally run by the mob. They kill people. Yes, it's kind of like the Chinese torture. Chinese water torture, but it's Canadian maple torture. And they just drip maple syrup on you. And a stickiness is an annoyance on its own. Water just drips off you, and it's annoying. But if it just sticks and forms stalactites on your forehead,
jeez,
then that's that's a different story.
I have brunch used to be. So I work a lot of brunches, right, as a bartender, and they used to be stressful until so we had to start acknowledging the brunch gods. Brunch has its own pantheon of gods, and so what we started doing was
the god of maple.
Well, no. So what we started doing is we sacrifice an essay, each weekend, to the brunch gods, and we literally drown him in a vat of mimosas and offer him as sacrifice, and brunches have been chill ever since.
Yeah, and the mimosas have never tasted as good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it depends on the essay, yeah. Anywho, so I had this vision when we were talking about syrup fraud, where this can only happen in Canada. There's a Canadian prison yard, and there's a little Canadian flag in the background, and they and they take this guy out. They're just dragging this guy out there, and he's like, I swear I didn't want to commit syrup fraud, and they're just you're a dirty syrup bastard. And then and then there's a guillotine at the end of the yard, and they just guillotine him, and then just preserve his head in maple syrup and keep it on a shelf.
Oh,
and that's that sounds like.
Damn. All right,
I was just thinking of
Canada is they were
Canada.
It says they legit have a monopoly over the entire industry. It's the maple mob, and they're like, you're smuggling maple on my ground, on my turf. Not that they sound like New Yorkers, but
well, they would have said
you smuggling on it. It's actually
said that in French, Brandon. That's why they use a guillotine.
Because the French was one of the last countries to still do the guillotine.
Yeah, well, that's why that's how that you would get executed for syrup fraud in Canada.
You're smuggling this great value Walmart shit on our property, on our turf. How dare you? Call yourself Canadian. I'm not Canadian. I'm from Boston, but yeah, I don't know. Awful accents. Feel like there's gonna be some kind of indictment after this stream. They do sound like New Yorkers. The Maple Mob.
We get subpoenaed like every other week. So
You call yourself a sticky boy. You ain't no sticky boy.
Right in front of that mic.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, should I? Oh, you're pouring the last of it into mine.
Well,
okay,
for the
all right.
sound, you know, I don't know.
Sacrifices were made.
I told you about my hike this morning. So
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I got into it.
It's okay.
The Maple Boys ain't putting up with it.
Brent, you gotta drink that because the next beer is
sorry.
yours to pick. And you got 2 minutes.
I mean, I don't know.
You call yourself a sticky boy. You ain't no sticky boy.
Drink the goddamn beer. 3, 2,
Jake
1.
wants another beer.
That's all I'm saying.
Drink it.
Sticky Joy would.
Drink it, goddamn you.
Sticky Joe would never put up with this.
Fucking drink the goddamn beer, Brandon, or I'll kill you.
Yeah.
No.
Would it be like Maple Mauve? Maple Mauve.
Prison Mike.
Syrupy Sal.
You're making me sad.
All the way, BB.
All the way! There we go. All right. Now pour us a beer.
Maple Mauve.
Pick.
All right, hand it over.
Okay. All right.
All right, what do we got?
I like how the beer case was invisible on the green screen just now. Or
Kind
almost
of,
invisible.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, look how shimmery and weird that is because it's partly green. Isn't that fun? We honestly
That
we should,
it
we
is.
should, dude, we should get one and just paint it green screen green so that we can pick it up and like hold it here without it causing any problems.
Only thing
Wouldn't
is
that be
the
great?
second it gets in front of you, you have a big green box in front of you, which kind of defeats a purpose.
Yeah. Oh, ooh. What we should do though is we should get one of these, right? Paint it green, except for it just says beer in black, so that we can just like hold it and just have like a green box that says beer. You know?
But it would be invisible, but say beer.
Yeah, it would just be you could just say beer, but the box itself would be. But look how cool and
You
shimmery
just
that
have
is.
to be very careful not to hold it in front of you. You just have to
Yes,
squash
that would kill the immersion.
Dude,
Obviously, people think that we're actually in a bar right now.
Isn't that badass? That is so fun.
Are we not in a bar right now?
Just let him have his green box.
I just want the goddamn green box, Brandon.
All right.
What we got?
Currently, we are This is Space Bird. It's a donut stout from Crosstown Brewing Company. Let's see. They are from Memphis, Tennessee. 5.2%. Crosstown Brewing Company. There's not a lot to it, but I'll pour it up. It's less effective for me. So I'm gonna need.
Suck.
No, I have a noise gate on mine. So here, you pour that up on your mic. Jake, I'd prefer if this mat doesn't get slathered and it soaks it up. In comparison to the last mat we had, that was just complete rubber.
Rhubarb. It was rhubarb. Okay, so my second maple syrup story is one of my siblings was once dating...
Next stream, I want to see Justin wearing a Zero costume.
Oh yeah, you're going green next time?
I have one. You want to wear it?
No.
No, I've got one up there.
Okay, so my other
You see it up there. I know you see it.
my other story of Canada is one of my siblings was once dating a Canadian, and like we were all hanging out once, and we were like telling like childhood stories, and they were just like, oh, I used to go into, like, me and my parents used to go into the sugar woods and stick a spiel directly into a tree and drink maple syrup out of a tree, and I was just like, you should be murdered, you know? It was like almost
Pause.
the most
Get that
offensive thing I've
before
ever
that
heard.
dies.
I'm not even kidding.
Are we drinking this? We're pausing to drink this. Prost.
No one liked my story.
Jason's gonna die. You get it.
good.
Not getting a lot of donut in it.
It's donutty. I ate a whole donut just then.
So I got a good like 2 inches ahead right there.
You did? Well, that's going to be good for, it's not going to make you super gassy. That's why you want a good head on a beer.
Yeah. That tasted like a straight up donut.
It says Space Bird. I like that name. It's a good logo, too. It looks like this strange bird in space.
We're surrounded by donut planets.
Donut planets, and it's so massive, it's just standing over mountains.
Love it.
It's a space bird. Yeah, so that is currently what we're drinking. Have you... I don't think you ever answered what's your favorite Coen brothers, or maybe you can't think of any off the top of your head.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have one.
What are some options?
Fargo. It's their
Fargo.
Most famous, that's their most famous movie. Their most famous movie is Fargo.
Look up this.
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is great. That's probably my favorite one.
That is a pretty well known.
That's my favorite one.
Big Lebowski?
Good. Oh yeah, Big Lebowski.
They did Big Lebowski?
They did, yeah.
Oh yeah, I fucking love Big Lebowski.
Yeah, it's good. To me, it's just like Big
Shut
Lebowski.
the fuck up, Danny.
Donnie.
God damn it.
Like, yeah. You shut the fuck up, Brandon.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie. I love when they're pouring out the ashes.
Yeah.
So there's a scene in the God of War, the PS4 one, where Kratos
Raising Arizona was a good one.
Yeah, Raising Arizona was great. So it's Kratos and Atreus pouring out ashes for their dead mother, and I was like, why hasn't somebody?
Ooh, No Country for Old Men.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
I was like, why hasn't anybody like superimposed Kratos and
Wait, sorry.
Superimposed their faces over Kratos and Atreus' face?
You've seen A Serious Man?
No.
Right? No, I love A Serious Man. That's one of my favorites. Ugh.
What, Jake?
Nothing.
Yeah, Big Lebowski was great. Big Lebowski was good. I fucking hate the Eagles, man.
I hate the fucking Eagles. I love that part. He's just like, man, this is my cab. Get the fuck out of my cab. I listen to whatever the fuck music I want to listen to in here. Get out. I love that part.
It's a very quotable movie.
Because imagine like getting in an Uber and you've just had a shitty day. And the Uber driver is just blasting the Eagles, and you hate the Eagles, and you're like, dude, can we listen to anything else? And he's just like, dude, he just like turns it up. He's just like, I love the Eagles, and I'm just like, dude, I hate the fucking Eagles.
They're gonna cut your dick off.
Yeah, dude, cut your dick off.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's easily memeable. It's almost any scene in that you can make a meme out of it.
When I was in Iceland, one of the main bars in Iceland is called Lebowski Bar, and it is a Big Lebowski themed. It's a big Lebowski
rugs everywhere.
Themed cocktail bar. No rugs hardly, but it's like it's got like a bowling alley on the wall, and like a whole bowling lane on one wall, and like. They have like 40 different White Russians. I'm really not kidding. Lebowski.
Have you seen the Big Lebowski? Badass. You've been very quiet over there.
Yeah.
Okay. You're very quiet in general.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. Doing your thing over there. Plus, you've got your crew in here, and they know how you are. They did say they're going to cut your dick off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They did. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. They said we're gonna cut your dick off, Justin.
They said they're gonna cut your dick off.
They said they're gonna cut you.
Oh, like we're gonna cut your dick off?
I don't know.
We've got tools for
it.
it.
Oh, they're saying somebody's trying to cut our dicks off.
Who's getting whose dick cut off?
I don't know.
Hold on, chat.
Chat. I need an explanation.
Explanations. Tell us
before we proceed. Hold on. Here.
Should we panic?
Oh, he's pulling out the saw.
I know it's a quote. No, all right, okay. You put those down. I don't like those being brought out in this context.
So which?
I like the one that's shaped more like a dick, and it's got a little pee hole on top of it.
That is a flooring saw, sir.
It's a flaccid saw.
It's a flooring saw.
It's a fecal saw, a poopy saw.
Oh yeah. What now?
I don't know.
I love this thing.
PP party time. You guys recognize that?
That's the sound.
Here, Jake.
They're so musical. Yeah. I love musical saws.
One more time. Do that one again.
That wasn't as
No, that one's for you.
I just hit myself in the head.
That one's for. Yeah, it doesn't have as much twang to it.
This one, I love this one. This is my favorite out of the ones.
It has a very phallic design.
This one was handmade, and I got
This is
it
favorite.
in Yeah, I got this when I was in Japan.
Did they question that at all when you put that through check bags?
Dude, okay, all right. So the funniest shit is like, all right, it's illegal to travel with one of these in Japan, like, or even one of these.
Understandably.
Like, and
I saw a guy in Rikio get his face chopped in half with one of those.
Yeah, I know you did. I remember the first time I showed this to Brandon. Like, I was like, "Look at my new saw," and he was just like, "I saw somebody get murdered with one of those once." And I was like, oh,
Yeah, there's a movie called Rikio, and I think it's
Rikio,
actually
the story of
Korean.
Ricky. It's so
Yes,
good.
Rikio, the story of Ricky. He goes to prison, and yeah, one of the other guys catches somebody. It's super gory, kung fu, supernatural, stupid, ridiculous. A guy cuts his stomach open, pulls out his intestines, and tries to choke his opponent with his own intestines.
It's kind of badass.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's
great.
ridiculous.
It's great.
So I went to China, and
You gotta
when I
pull that
came
mic in.
back, I
Mhm.
came back with a whole bunch of like swords, daggers, throwing knives,
They didn't care?
switchblades.
They didn't. They.
I had a switchblade that was also a butane lighter. So like, you know,
I
you
could stab
use
your
one
face or light your cigarette. You
or both at the
choose.
same time. I could stab you and cauterize it at the same fucking time.
But the flame is just like this little flickering.
Oh no, like a torch.
Oh, butane.
Like a
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
yeah, that
torch
would work.
lighter. So it was. I burned my thumb with it one time. But out of all of the plethora of weapons that I took back for all of my friends and everything when I came back, the only thing that got confiscated was this like police baton, like one of the extendable things
Yeah.
that I got at like a dollar store-ish type store in like a flea market area next to fucking like puppy mill dog store with all these like really sad looking puppies.
Aw.
In the Confucius, like right outside of the Confucius temple, there's like so there's like
It's like go be peaceful.
Yeah.
And right outside of it, there's a
there's
place selling
giant
weapons.
fucking market, and it's like this dollar store, and the whole section of this dollar store is like a whole like police batons and fucking knives with lighters and shit. And then I got
Pond
some
Boy says,
swords.
"You think you know a guy, and then you find out he went to China on Twitch. Yeah, and imported
I've
back
told you this
weapons.
before.
And
where do you think my sisters? Like I have sisters from there. We had to get them somehow.
So, man. Okay, so my story with bringing back a bunch of tools from Japan. Like I
you
a lot
said
of
it's
the reason-
illegal to bring that one around.
Well, yeah, you're not supposed to carry it like on buses or airplanes. I just
Understandably.
kind of packed it in my bag and was just like, stop me, you know?
I mean, how the fuck are you
Um,
supposed to get it back to the planes?
Well, I mean, how am I gonna
Get it anywhere.
Yeah, right. I mean, come on. And so I just did it anyway, and they were just like, "Hey, do you have any like illegal shit with you, or like specifically any of these items?" And they like, you know, they show a thing that's like a grenade, and then it's like a
No.
gun, and then one that is specifically this saw.
It's a picture
And I
of this
was-
saw with a circle
Yeah,
and
no,
a
no,
line
no.
through it.
It was like literally that. I'm not kidding. And I was just like, no, of course not. And so,
I'm like fucking
anyway,
Gaijin.
so I get on this bus from Osaka, and I go back to Tokyo, and then I get on an airplane and I fly to France. And when I was in the middle of all this shit, like I was coming back to Georgia, and a lot of my friends had me pick up a few random shit. Like I got Buck a couple of tools.
Yeah, you got me a little flip blade.
So those flip blades, I still have mine.
I have no idea where mine went.
That's all right.
It got lost and moved, or maybe somebody stole it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
I kept it in my pocket all the time.
Yeah. It probably got dropped somewhere.
No, I'm not. I don't
or
do stuff like
something.
that.
I don't know. Anyway, so like I got this thing, and so like in France, it's illegal to own a knife more than like 3 inches. You know, like like it's illegal to carry a knife more than like 3 inches, and I like flew into the country with like 7 or 8 knives that were like 5 or 6 inches, long and like razor sharp, and we're not like they weren't like utensils. I mean, these were like, I mean, I was like walking around with like a felony's worth of knives in Paris, and I was just like, I don't know, it was kind of random. So and then I flew back, but I got back with nothing confiscated. They never even like I mean, I had these like on me on the air, like I didn't even check the bag. I'm not kidding.
You were on the plane with blades?
Like 7 or 8, yeah.
On a plane.
Yeah.
This isn't like a checked bag. This is a carry-on.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I don't know. It didn't. I mean,
you take it through the machine and they see it and they're like, "You rapscallion, you get on that plane."
Dude, I just look harmless, I think. And
it says ours didn't make it across the border. Boo. Yeah, that's wild in itself that you got on the plane with that.
Okay, so I'm just thinking one of the things I learned from like flying to other countries is that depending on which country you're flying in and out of, they just don't care that much. Like, I remember, like, when the last time, like, when I flew from, I flew from the Middle East to, Nice, right? And I get there, and, like, the 2 guys at the passport desk are having, like, sounded like a really cool conversation. They're just, like, really into it, and, like, there's like 12 of us on this airplane. I mean, it was a small plane worth of people. And there's like 12 of us, and we get there and like for like 5 minutes, nobody says anything or talks to us. And we're just like standing there at the gate and these guys are talking. And then like finally somebody's just like, "Hey, could we go through? Like, do you need to like, I mean, aren't you guys going to check our passports? We have stuff to do." And the guys are just like, "Oh yeah." And they opened the gate and just waved us through without stamping our passports. I mean,
or acknowledging. Really, you could be just a random guy and just walk in.
I mean, I'm not kidding. I mean, I like they didn't do shit. Like they were just like, yeah, come on. They didn't even stamp my passport. And then like when I flew from Paris to Miami, like a week later, they were like, "Hey, how did you get here from Japan without getting your passport stamped?" And I was just like, "I don't know." And it was
that works often, actually.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
Yeah. So I just went on this last trip, and I went.
The camera off.
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
So that's okay.
I went on this last trip, and I did like Greece and Budapest and Italy and England, and I don't think my passport got stamped once, to be honest.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And that's
I think
a lot of flights.
They might not, but
I didn't really get it stamped at all anywhere.
Weird. That's weird.
At all. It just didn't happen.
Well, did they like ask you any questions at the gate, or did they just wave you through? They just so like what they did when we were flying from Nice, they like literally like they just opened the gate and were just like, "Go on, get." And like I didn't have to like, I mean, like I didn't have to answer any questions. I didn't like nobody checked my bag. Nobody said, "What are you doing?" Like nothing. Like I literally just walked through and was just free to do what I wanted. And okay, I don't know.
I mean, I think maybe coming back from one of the countries, and I don't know which it was, they had that like business or pleasure, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then he looked at it, and then he looked at me, and then he had a very sour face, like he was just not enjoying his life. And then he handed me back my passport, and he walked. He didn't stamp it or anything. I haven't had a stamp on my passport since like probably 2017, 2018, and I've been out of the country a bit.
I can't find mine.
Your passport?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll find it.
Maybe.
I can't find my knife, and I'm upset about it. Not that I used it much, but I liked it.
So maybe like the last time I lost my ID, which is maybe going on like 5 times this year. Last time I lost my ID, I was carrying around. Do you remember when I left my ID in your car?
I do.
The next night, like you texted me, and I read your text that morning, and I was like, "Oh shit, I was gonna go out for drinks." And so I grabbed my passport and I put it in my pocket, and like I was gonna use that for my ID, and so I went out for drinks, and then that was the last time I saw my passport.
Damn.
Yeah, so I guess I lost it.
There's somebody out there who's renting a U-Haul right now with your
I
passport.
know. Yeah, and this has happened to me before.
Yeah, I didn't go into detail because I wasn't sure if you actually wanted to talk about it.
Fuck. All right, Justin, open a beer.
All right,
Is
you
it- was your
choose
turn, I
a
thought?
rando
Is
beer.
it my turn?
I think so.
What was yours?
Wasn't it? Weren't you
No,
first?
you opened
I chose the
and
space
then, yeah,
bird.
you went second, and then I'm third.
Jake got retrograde. Was
Did you steal my
Oh,
passport?
really? Probably.
See, they said your friend's turn. Your friend said you did.
Justin sold your passport. He's gonna rent a U-Haul with it. Ooh, I was excited about this one, mainly because of the label.
Lord, beer me strength. In the
Lord-
Ale.
Beer me straight.
You might have to get closer so you can read it off.
Yeah, read it off.
Lord, beer me strength. India Pale Ale. True Vine Brewing Company.
It's very, very smacky. I like it. It's true ASMR.
Tyler, Texas, USA.
What kind of beer is it? And give us some ABV. What's
I
up?
said India Pale Ale.
It is an IPA.
6%.
6%. All right.
Malt beverage.
Melt.
There.
Malt.
All right. It's a beautiful Michelangelo type photo. Instead, it's got them touching beer,
They're
Beer to a
cheersing-
beer
they're
glass.
cheersing, That's funny.
which is a beautiful
That's
label.
yeah.
I'm going to find a way to take that one off there.
Use
I've got a
sword.
notebook full of when I say full of, there's probably only like 7 in it. I just started it. But what I'm taking here, we can do it down here if you want. Yes. There's God. See, my man's got a beer can and he's got a beer glass. There's David. All right. Pour it up, King Wasabi. Oh, yes. Sorry. Ooh. That was a skeeter. And pour it in your own glass first, man. Come on. Oh, I got beer left in this. Oh, god damn.
It was.
It's a fuzzy one.
It was.
You're a fuzzy one.
Fuzzy.
Yeah, sorry. I'll put that there a little closer there so you can get hit.
Brandon, stop.
Jumping up like a goddamn possum.
Stop that accent. Like, just stop. You gotta quit while you're ahead.
Looks like a damn high life to me, that's all I'm saying. It better taste like a damn high life. Better not be like none of that Schlitz shit.
Champagne and beer right there.
Champagne and goddamn beer.
All right,
That's right, brother.
I'm leaving.
All right, y'all ready?
I hate you both.
George Strait. All right, let's drink. There's all kinds of these, you know. There's all kinds of these phrases. 1, 2, 3, George Strait, or raise hell, praise Dale.
I hate you. Just turn the music back on.
Welcome to the South.
Hell yeah, that's gonna get it right there.
It's heritage, not hate.
Yeah, better than sweet tea at old mama's store back there. You know, back there with mama now.
Damn.
It's an IPA. That's
How
all
was
I
it,
can
Jake?
say. The hops are
I still got some fuzz.
tickling my taste buds.
And I've been kind of on a. I've had a.
It's a very light IPA.
Tastes like a cultured high life. He went out to Cincinnati for a little while.
Brandon,
and
I'm literally gonna set. You remember? Brandon,
he went out to Cincinnati and had him a good time.
Listen, I just want to remind you.
The only natty I like is a natty light.
I just want to remind you that, that I'm allowed to set you on fire twice, right?
Because I've set you on fire twice.
Yes, and because of
Okay.
that is true, and because of that,
Hard mute. Ouch. Ouch. So Jake and I are from South Georgia, and all of the people there sound like that.
I'm just saying though. Listen, like,
Everybody, you go to the table and you're like, "Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Mellow Mushroom. My name is Brandon. What can I
we
get for you
work
guys to
together-
drink?"
Oh shit! Wait.
I'll get a sweet
I gotta
tea.
tell you something.
Can I get a sweet tea?
Justin.
Yeah, but
Justin-
if you said hard mute to anyone down there, they'd be like, "Honey, what now?"
What you talking
So
about?
wait.
Hard
So-
what? You better not
so,
talk like that in front of my
didn't you-
grandma.
Justin, didn't you work at a Mellow Mushroom?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
opened up the Mellow Mushroom here.
I worked here. I worked at
And
Mellow Mushroom for
so we
about
worked
almost
in-
9 or 10 years.
Yeah. So, and I think we worked together for over. I mean, probably close to 5 years. at
For
Mellow.
for
Come on,
a
brother.
hot ass minute.
Yeah. I know I worked there nearly 6 years. I think.
You need to make up your mind. You said 4 or 5 years, and you
No,
hopped it up to
it was about
6.
5. I think it was 5 to 6. It was somewhere in there. But I was there for a minute, and
4 to 6 years or a minute.
No, well, I think so. I started there in like
a time.
Probably. Hang on. My last shift there was sometime in 2020, right? Now, at that time, I was very rarely there. You know.
I think I want the graphic to pop up on the chest on the screen where it's like
there
equations.
Early 2014. So. 5 to 6 years. I mean, I was there a long time.
And you know, it's a good place.
You were there a lot longer than me.
You sell your Maui Wowies and you sell your Mighty Meaties and your tie-dye margaritas.
All right, let's just stop talking about melon mushrooms.
So, okay, I'll talk about my
What's your mushroom experience?
Yeah.
That's why he likes mushrooms and cactus.
I just realized that we all three worked at Melon Mushrooms, and it just made me smile.
I opened up the one on Broadway.
Y'all made good money there?
No, it was dead as fuck.
Broadway? Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because people, when they're traveling, they're not traveling too far, and they're like, "Oh, we've been to a melon mushroom before. We ain't going to a melon mushroom."
There's so much other shit. And,
yeah, that's true.
People weren't coming down to Broadway to eat a melon mushroom,
Mushies.
like sit down and eat expensive pizza.
They got some ballin' ass wings though.
They're going to Luke Bryan's and
do.
Kid Rock's.
The food was pretty good.
Yeah.
Training was good. They fed us heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I got fired for drinking underage next door while I was hosting karaoke, getting paid by whatever the place next.
Wait, you were working at the same time?
No.
Oh, I thought you were double dipping.
I mean, I was, but it was after my shift. So
I thought you were working at one place, and you're like, okay, I'll be right back with those margaritas, Steve.
Dude,
and you go next door, and you work a little bit, and you come back, and they're like, Jesus Christ, where'd you go?
The next 5 songs.
20 minutes for that damn margarita. And you're like, I'm sorry, the bar's full. And he's like, there's 3 people in the restaurant.
No. One of the girls got fired for selling drinks upstairs for cash only and just selling all their alcohol. And
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But no, I was underage and I was hosting karaoke next door. Got hired and they knew I was underage and they're like, drink. And my manager came over from Melon Mushroom one night and just happened to walk into the fucking karaoke room and I was working and hosting and I had a drink in my hand and then I worked. Then like came in the next day and he was like, "Hey, you shouldn't have done that. You're underage. Like, doesn't look good for us."
That ain't none of your damn business.
That's what I said.
That's some bullshit.
I was like, okay, but are we good here? And he was like, "No, this is not good." And I was like, "Okay, but like, do I still have a job? Like, I'm sorry, I won't do it again." And he's like, "Yeah, you still have a job. That's fine." And I worked for another 3 days, and then they called me into the office like before my shift one morning, and they're like, "Yeah, this is
they need you to work through that scheduled week."
Yeah.
That's funny though because Jake's brother was actually fired
he got
from
fired for drinking underage at a Melon Mushroom.
At Mellow Mushroom. Yeah, so
I didn't do it there.
We were in our home. Well, we were in our hometown, and
can I tell this story?
Well, you weren't there, but you can. You weren't. You weren't there.
I know, but I just all right. You say one word and I say the next word and we just like chain letter it. What do you think?
It's fine. You can tell the story, Jake.
No,
it'll be from your brother's perspective, so it might be interesting.
Okay, all right. So what my brother told me, he was like, yeah, man, I know my brother pretty well. He's like, he's vulnerable to peer pressure a little bit, you know.
You the whole family is.
So am I, and I'm an impressionable dude. My whole family is, you know. And so my poor impressionable brother is working. He's got this like 10 or 15 people that are like all like military types, and they're just like, "Dude, take a shot with this." And he's like, "Nah, man, I'm working." And they're like, "Nah, come on, man, you gotta take a shot with us." And he's just like, "Yeah, but like, I'm like underage and like." I'm doing my Eli voice right now. He's like, "Yeah, but like I'm underage and like."
Eli did. He turned into a bit of a Chad.
Yeah, he's a Chad. And so like it was like, "Dude, like I'm underage and like if I were to drink right now, it wouldn't look good." And they were just like, "Yeah, but like take a shot with us, bro."
And they're like, "Yeah, but
and he
cool."
was like, "I don't know, man, but like okay." And so he did. And then Shelby's behind the bar just like this, you know, and
shout out Shelby, we love you.
We love you, and I forgive you for getting my brother fired.
It was inevitable.
I honestly don't care. And so actually, the funny thing is like when I took the job at Mellow, and I think Ella was, or Eli, no, I think it was Ella was the first of my siblings to apply, and I told Lisa, she called me to the office, like, hey, your sister applied, and I was like, listen, Lisa, we've worked together for about 2 years. You know, all of my siblings work in this industry, and I want you to know something. And she's like, what's that? And I was just like, I'm the only one that's hireable. I literally said that. I was like, I'm the only one.
She still hired her.
I know. And
She
hired Ella, she hired Eli, and she hired Viv. She hired all of them. She collected all. And she fired everybody but me. And I remember.
And Jake did whatever he wanted.
I did anything that I wanted, and I got away with it. And now that said, I was, I don't know. I mean, I can do stuff in the restaurant industry that other people can't get away with because at least now, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I feel like my experience there was, I was just, I was charming enough to make everything sort of work. And
what?
Why are we on Justin Cam? All right.
It's a Justin Cam.
Okay, I don't know.
I'm adjusting things, Jake. Yeah. Continue with your story.
I guess what I'm saying is, like, I mean, you could do almost anything you wanted to there as long as your customers were happy, and as long as like you didn't get on management's bad side. And,
Justin Cam.
And those were the two things I was really good at. Like I didn't.
He's adjusting things.
This is a Justin Cam.
He's adjusting things.
Yes.
All right, I'm opening the beer. God damn it.
Yeah, no, Mellow Mushroom didn't care that I drank all their fucking frozen Jack and Cokes while I was on the clock, like serving on the rooftop when it was rainy and cold.
So the servers didn't make much money there?
No, I don't know. Like the entire staff basically quit within the first few months.
Because I was looking when I was first moving here. I was like, I know the menu.
Brandon came to Nashville from a Mellow and was thinking about transferring.
I was looking at it and I was like, I've been with the company for 9 years. I generally, when I was at my other Mellow, I made more than everybody else. Had a lot of regulars, and I know that tips it's commission at some point. People tip on percentages, so if you can just get it up a bit, people tip accordingly. So yeah. I always sold appetizers, and I sold a lot of other things.
You just gotta practically mug people.
It just wasn't
yes.
My strategy. So in Albany, you didn't make that much money. But my strategy was like, every third customer, I would when they left, I would walk out in the parking lot and put on a ski mask, and I'd be like, hey, it was like I was your server. I was like, I'm mugging you now, and they were like, what? And they were like, "Yeah, no, this is a real
ski mask."
Like, this is
and
a real.
Then you tell them.
Well, I wanted to have you. I needed to
just. It might not
but they wouldn't
pay no mind to this ski mask. I am your actual server. Don't let this fool you. I'm not a stranger. I know you.
Well. They didn't want I wanted them to know who I was. Just in case they came back and because my service was good, But
you're just mugging them for a review. You're not even fucking.
Oh no, I was just like, yeah.
Review that beer on Untapped.
Yeah, you absolutely better rate me 5 stars and put in a good word, or I don't know. It was dumb. Okay. Whoa.
I feel like you had a loving kind of, just not on that camera, Jake. You can't do it on mine. I have a noise gate. It won't pick up any of it. Do it on yours. Jake, come on, man. The microphone picks up all of that.
I know. I'm an expert at that. It's still a drop.
Yeah, no, it's all over the back of my hand.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. People should see me bartending. I'm just like, yay, this high.
That's fine, but it's not.
You see me do that.
You should see him bartending.
I'm a goofy motherfucker.
It's lots of fun.
Yeah, we honestly have a great time bartending together. Actually, you and I.
Come on, look at this.
Cheers, guys. Let's get a really good clink on this microphone. It's our last cheers of the night.
Oh.
So, you start
okay,
there,
okay.
right there, and then you're gonna be up here, okay? And I'm gonna be like right there, and then we like all come together for one like super cheers.
Well,
and I
I
want shards of broken glass
I'd
in my
prefer not.
eyes. I want to
don't.
taste the beer and blood mixed together. And 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ah! All right, perfect, right?
Yeah. Oh, this one's definitely. Don't block my ASMR. That one's definitely more.
That's good. That's good.
More juicy. I can smell that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is. That's like a hazy. All right, so what we're
That was like
drinking?
a Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. So I
You're
picked
talking
this
his
one.
language right now. Don't
We were-
say that around
yeah,
Jake.
So we were looking through.
I noticed you closed your legs when you talked about Clockwork Orange.
So we were looking
He's
through.
covering up a.
We were looking through our beers tonight. We had like maybe like 20-ish, and we were looking at them and like, what are we gonna drink tonight? And I saw this label. And the light is making it hard to see.
Here, we'll
Damn
do.
that light. Okay.
There.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, great. So I saw this label, and it looks like the bed sheet from Alex's bed in that movie. You know, like the spiky one.
Yeah. It's like
And
this
I'm a big
geometric
fan.
kind
Yeah,
of.
like the weird geometric bed. I've been trying to find a copy of that blanket for like my entire life, and I can't. But anyway, it looked like that, and I was like, oh, that's like the Clockwork Orange bedsheet, and so I bought it. Or I didn't buy it, but I picked it. Anyway, this beer is called Swishy Pants. So it is Galaxy, Citra, and Mosaic hops, 7.5% ABV from Dewey Beer Company, brewed in Harbison,
Delaware.
Delaware.
That design may inspire a bit of
Del-
ultra-violence.
Ooh,
Old
Delaware.
ultra-violence.
Right.
Welly, welly, well.
Welly,
Happy
well then.
polylogies.
Yeah, and so I have so many favorite lines from that movie. Like, you notice, so we have a milk punch on the menu at work, and I always call it Malaco Plus, because that's the name of because they drank Milk Plus in Clockwork Orange, and so but they called it Malaco Plus, which is the Russian word for milk. I don't know. And so I always order it as Malaco, and people are like, "What are you trying to buy from me right now?" And I'm just like, "Just give me the goddamn milk punch." And
Yeah.
and anyway,
You're ruining the moment right now. Just give me the fucking.
But some of my favorite lines in that movie, it has so many good lines. I think my favorite part is when they're in the Korova milk bar, and and the girl starts singing, and then Dim is just like, "What the fuck," and then Alex just hits him in the head with his cane, and Dim is like, "What the fuck, dude?" And he's like, Alex is just like, do watch that now. If to remain on live, thou dost wish." And I love that line. If to remain on live, thou dost wish. It's great. And then another.
If you won't die.
Another favorite line of mine is.
I'll do country interpretations of them.
No, so my favorite
I was
part.
explaining it to somebody in the South.
All right, stop. Don't do
Continue.
that. Don't do that yet. Yeah. One of my favorite parts is when they run into Billy Bob, and.
Well, I can keep that name the same.
Oh yeah, you could actually. And my favorite part is he's like, "Come and get one in the yarbles, if you have any yarbles, you eunuch jelly thou."
He's like, "I'll kick you in the goddamn balls if you got balls, you piece of shit motherfucker." I don't.
No, you eunuch jelly thou is such a good line.
It says, "My favorite scene is when Alex is watching the girl in the record store's popsicle melt."
It's like, "Oh, what's wrong with yours, little sister?" Yeah, I love that part. What was it? It's like a little cold and pointless, isn't it? It was something like that. Yeah, I love that movie.
It's definitely a different
that
movie.
movie.
Did Kubrick do 2000 Space Odyssey?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is another of my favorite. I mean, Kubrick is definitely my favorite director. I think.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, I've read. I read Clockwork Orange, the book, when I was in high school, but I just did an audiobook, and like only a few weeks ago, and I just realized like I mean again I'm just like
Who does the
I'm
voice
just-
acting?
I don't remember. Like 2 chapters were Stanley Kubrick, and then like. Or no, wait, no, sorry. 2 chapters were. What was his name?
The actor that plays Alex?
No.
Kubrick is the greatest filmmaker ever, hands down.
Yeah, no, Kubrick's my favorite. No, so
Barry
like,
Lyndon, so beautiful. You gotta give it a little.
more wobble.
You gotta give it more wobble at the wrist.
And then like no, on the saw hand.
Wobble your wrist.
Wibble the saw hand.
Yeah, give it that old stank
There we
leg.
go. Okay.
Here, do it again.
Oh, Dr. Strangelove. That's one of my other favorite
That one will
movies.
it will stab you. It is sharp.
Oh, dude, I nearly cut my hand off with that once. It's kind of badass.
There was one time when Jake was trying to record to follow. You know, when people follow us.
Oh yeah.
He was trying to record that, and he ended up like cutting himself.
Oh, it's easy to do. It's a razor saw for a reason. I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, these are goddamn razor sharp. Just like, yeah. Oh, you've seen this thing work.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dr. Strangelove is definitely very funny.
That's a great film. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
the Nazi, the ex-Nazi that's in the group that's like really trying to cover up the fact that he's a Nazi.
Dr.
But
Strangelove?
yes,
Yeah.
but as it goes further along, he just is. They like wheel him off at some point because he's
that's
really fucking
Strangelove.
going
Yeah,
in.
no, so it's like he's just like my favorite thing is he's just like oh, it's just like this, and he's just like
Show the arm.
yeah, he's like I can't stop it. It's like yeah, it's insane. That's one of my favorite movies. I like
of course,
seriously.
Justin starts to fidget. Gentlemen, you can't fight in here.
Oh,
This
dude,
is the
that's
war
best.
room.
That's the best line in the whole movie. It's like you can't fight in here. This is the war room. That's like, oh, it's so good. I love that movie. You know, when
you seen Dr. Strangelove?
when the bombardier jumps out of the airplane and
He's like riding on the.
he's riding on the nuclear bomb, waving his cowboy hat. It's just so iconic. And then it ends with "We'll Meet Again," and which is one of my favorite songs ever written. God, so fucking good.
People weren't ready.
Yeah, it was so good. I mean, that's like one of the best movies ever.
It's a great way. A lot of the movies I've seen of his.
Slim Pickens. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of the mind you, I haven't seen a lot of Stanley Kubrick movies, but a lot of it is like it's humor, but it's also like some really
It's like he's
profound
got a lot of
kind of
dark
ideas.
irony, yeah. Well, like, I mean, Full Metal Jacket is one of my favorite movies too. Like, because just like it's just like literally, it's like just one of the. It's like maybe honestly, Full Metal Jacket might have been the darkest war drama ever that I know of that I've seen. You know, I mean, just terms of just like how like.
Full Metal Jacket was.
Yeah. I mean, that's a seriously dark movie. And,
Classic.
Yeah, no, it's great. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Dave.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. That's my favorite line from any Kubrick film. In 2001: A Space Odyssey with the astronaut. You know what I'm talking about? You've seen 2001, right?
It's literally like it's a machine that's designed to
Apocalypse.
make sure that the goal is reached, right? And then or make sure that
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like it's amazing. It's like the machines, the computer's like first parameter is to accomplish the mission. Its second parameter is to ensure the safety of the astronauts. But it decides that the only way to accomplish the mission is to kill all the astronauts because they're endangering the mission. And so it the spaceship murders the entire crew. It's amazing. It's great. But my favorite part is where you know, whatever his name is, just or Dave, it's just like, Hal, open the pod bay doors. Oh, I know, I remember that, yeah. And I just love how it's like, I'm sorry, Dave, I'm afraid I can't do that. And it's like one of the most like, you can see in Dave's face, he's like, what the fuck, you know? He's like, why not?
He's fucking maroon.
Why not?
He's fucking maroon.
He's just like sitting there, like
Floating in space.
I love that scene. I love it so much.
There's on Roku TV, they have this like alien. They have wallpaper, and it's kind of like sci-fi related, and it's got Hal on the wall. It's got all these references, everything from Dune to Star Wars to Aliens. It's nice. But anyways,
why don't we rate our favorite beers of the night, because we're empty.
We are empty.
And I think in 18 minutes it's gonna be 11 o'clock. That's a great time to go off the air.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Yeah. Justin, have you had fun hanging with us tonight?
He hated it completely.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, I was here to talk about fucking cactus. We hadn't talked about him going to cactus this whole time.
We didn't. We just kind of all kind of vibed and had a good time, and that's what it's about.
It's really just kind of hanging out, drinking beer, enjoying each other.
Yeah.
No, really, we only get on topic when we don't have shit to say naturally. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, no. We talked about it before that we thought you would be a very interesting person to have on. That we would have good conversation. And here, we can do that again if you want to.
I'm sorry, I was less prepared.
No, we bamboozled you.
Yeah. No, we did. I didn't.
We shanghaied you.
We did not mean to Shanghai you.
Did you? You ever heard of the phrase Shanghai, or it's like origin?
I have. I told you I've been to China.
Oh no, not because of Shanghai. It's literally like they would. Draw people in by beer and hookers, and then when people they would drug them, and when they fall asleep.
No, I'm not kidding. It's one of my,
you can tell it. You can tell it.
One of my all-time favorite stories. It's like his name is like Ricky Shanghai Johnson or something like that. He was known as like Ricky Shanghai Johnson.
It was some kind of ridiculous name like that.
But basically, so international trade back in the early 1900s was entirely dependent on ships. And a very serious problem in the shipping industry was people that would be like, I am here and I need to get there, but I can't pay for that, so I'm going to board the ship as a worker that I know is going here, and then when I get there I'm just gonna quit, and so that became a crime. Like, you had to finish the contract, right? And so, what would happen back then is, it was really, really hard to staff people for these like long, like multi-destination journeys. Nobody wanted to do it, and so they would so Shanghaiing people was basically where you would meet somebody in a bar, you would drug them, and then they would wake up on a boat holding a contract, and they're just like, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, you signed it 3 times. We have the other 2 copies. And you're like, what?
They're like forced into labor.
Yeah, right. And they're like, oh, also, you could swim back, but it's like 10 miles that way. And then they're like, hey, do you want to eat? I guess you need to start working, And
you got to talk about the birthday party.
Well, okay, all right, yeah, I am. So anyway, this was a seriously common practice. Was tricking people into contracts.
Getting shanghaied.
Yeah, it was like tricking people into contracts where you end up, working on a boat for a year, and you really didn't mean to, and it just kind of happened. And then if you were to just back out, you'd have all sorts of red tape to cross, or you'd go to jail. It was crazy.
They had contracts that say that you were willing to work.
Right.
Drink responsibly. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, no.
Especially in the early 1900s.
Yeah, especially, yeah. So anyway, this was very common practice in
late 1800s,
in California 19. in the early 1900s, like 1930s, 1940s.
No, it was earlier
than that, like 1910s. It was so we're a little bit in cowboy times, but
that's end of the 1800s, early 1900s.
Yeah. So it's like early 1900s, before the 1940s. This was common practice, and so it's called Shanghai because Shanghai was such a common destination for these people leaving LA. And anyway, this cat named he was called we're gonna get to the cactuses, I promise. And sorry, it said I'm not sensing a segue.
Like how you guys talk about cactus stuff? Come on.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna. I just want to remind you that the description for this episode was like, it just said percentages of silliness and rewards in the afterlife if you indulged us, and like,
Justin don't know nothing about this. You're paying the price currently. Shanghai.
Anywho, so this cat in like the early 1900s, he's just like, hey, I'm Ricky Johnson, and the newspapers eventually knew him as Ricky Shanghai Johnson.
His name was something like that. I don't know if it was
something
Ricky.
like that. I think it was something like that. I don't remember exactly, but anyway, he once shanghaied over 100 people in a single day, and and how he did it, the insane thing.
Shanghai Kelly.
Yeah, Shanghai Kelly. Yeah, that's him. Yeah. So the way he did it, it's like he decided he threw himself like a birthday party, right? It was like an all expense paid
Shanghai
booze
Kelly's birthday
cruise.
bash.
Yeah, it was like Shanghai Kelly's birthday bash. Something like that.
1850s.
Yeah, it was that long ago.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Shit. Anyway, so it was like an all expense paid booze cruise. Like you get on like dude, we'll pick you up and we're gonna like cruise around.
Dude, it's not even a cruise.
Yeah, you can drink whatever you want.
It literally is a brothel that it's a birthday party at a brothel, and he's saying, tabs on me, I got you guys. You can drink as much as you want.
Yeah, tabs on me.
And they drug everybody.
And like, so like once
Shanghai.
Once everybody was on the boat, the story is like once everybody was on the boat, the bartenders served everyone whiskey laced with opium, and everybody passed the fuck out, and they woke up on boats destined for China.
Shanghai
More
Kelly.
than 100 people.
This sounds racist as fuck.
So this is about as accurate as my fourth grade history class.
Tennessee history lesson.
So ultimately, like to kind of like we had a bunch of me hopping in and Jake hopping in, but it was this guy named Shanghai Kelly that he knew that boats. Well, he didn't ride in these boats. He knew that boats.
People that recruited the recruiters for these. So the recruiters for these voyages were paid by the body. I mean, it was literally called, like Wikipedia says, it was literally, which it literally says, I mean, the term was blood money. Like, I'm not kidding. It was called blood money for bringing, everybody. You were paid by the corpse that you sent onto this ship, and yeah, no, it's insane.
So they would take these guys and have these.
Wikipedia is facts.
All right,
that's all I'm saying.
Here,
it's like literally.
One day I'll get it.
I'm just saying. Wait, Brandon. I'm just responding to this person that sounds like they're doubting the infinite knowledge of Wikipedia. And all I'm gonna say is that like I had like history was always my best subject. In college I had. I think I did. I think I did, and at Darton I did history 1, 2, and 3, and I had like an A in every one, and I faked the shit out of it. I plagiarized the fuck out of Wikipedia, and I got so away with it. I think my crowning moment was when my professor was just like, "This is the best, the best essay I've seen on this topic in 10 years, come up to the front of the class and read your paper, Jake." And I was just like, thinking to myself, I was like, I plagiarized every word. Wikipedia, baby.
All right. So Shanghai Kelly, I'm going to tell the story real quick.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sums up the USA at ranked 27 in the world education. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Well, but yeah, so
if you had to rank individual students, I'd be like first or second.
Jake,
piss off.
You got to give somebody some time to talk, Jake.
I'm sorry. I was defending myself.
I know. All right. So okay. Shanghai Kelly, basically, he knew that all these vessels and these boats needed bodies. They needed people on them, and back in the 1850s and so on, they didn't really have ways to like say, oh yeah, this is definitely this guy's signature.
Right.
This is definitely him. So they would get these guys coming in, and they would what, Jake?
I'm sorry. I thought you turned off my microphone.
I can.
No. Go ahead.
So they would get these guys super drunk, and they would offer them free booze and they at a brothel, and they would have fun. They'd get with the girls, and then they would pass out. They would drug them. They'd pass out along the way. And they even had trap doors that would. These guys would fall, and they would work them onto the boats. And the people like, look, I need people, and I'm not going to ask any questions. It is what it is. And they basically plagiarize these people's names. And then by the time these guys woke up from their opium or their drug-filled binge, they're on a boat in the middle of the sea. So they have to work contractually. They're obligated. And so he was called Shanghai Kelly. He did this so often. Mm-hmm. And I think actually at his birthday bash, he really needed to get a lot of people really quick. And I think it was like 100 people that he had gotten, or over 100.
Oh, it's insane. It was
insane.
And
I think that was pretty close to when actually he got caught. I don't think he actually spent any time in prison. I think he constantly evaded the cops. But I think it was a ship that was supposed to go out that something happened and they didn't go out. So all the people came back and they were like, what the fuck, dude? And him and his lady, like they vanished basically.
Right.
And he died. I think he died like an old man. Like he died of old age. Like
that's so unfair. Where's the poetic justice?
It says, "Oof, toxic love. I see it." Yes, it is.
Yeah. All right, Brandon. I need you to dial the camera back.
All right. It says, "Falling through the trap doors, they landed on cacti."
Always goes back to it.
It always comes back to cactus. Cactus is there's so many people who have survived. Just living off of the waters of a cactus.
Are cactuses like, if you can...
For how long?
Do you think...
Long enough to get through the damn desert, I don't know.
Do cactuses feel pain? Can they fall in love?
Probably.
If you had watched Ferngully, you would know that all plants...
Oh, yeah, they can fall in love. Yes.
Todd, we are here for Justin. Told you we're here for Justin.
Dude.
That's true.
This guy, Justin, he just admitted that he's never even been in love with a cactus. And I had like a 6-month relationship with a cactus. And now it did end in a murder, so I don't know if that... Actually, I'm gonna back out of this conversation.
Yeah, because you're just telling us that you're fucking prickly pears and shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
You had a relationship with a cactus.
Yeah, I was very in love.
Totally platonic.
No.
Because they're pokey little bitches.
It was. I mean, no, it was. I'm gonna stop talking about my relationship with this cactus.
What was her name? Nancy.
You have to speak cactus to understand it, Brandon.
Oh, heard. It's a tongue that your mouth can't. No, your dialect can't.
It's the language of cacti.
So what was her name?
The language is cactus.
Justin's like, don't change the subject. Don't change the fucking subject.
Cactus, so here you go. What was her name?
Translate it for us, Jake.
I don't speak cactus, goddammit. It's not speakable by...
He's like, all I know is penis and cactus holes.
So the language of cactus is something that's like... It's like... Cacti communicate in...
really bitchy manner.
Yeah. And and not with sounds.
They're little spiky boys. You want to touch me? You fucking wish. I'm green. I'm bright. I got spikes. Stay the fuck back.
Guys, what a weird night. What a weird night.
I'm just picturing all the cactus are like flamboyant gay men. Yeah, that's right. I'm prickly. Just like my dad. Just like my mom.
Yeah.
Get close and I'll stick ya.
Yikes. All right, Justin, give me your... I need to give us... All right, 1, 2, 3. I want your 3 favorite cactus
PP pickles
facts.
slaps.
Three favorite cactus facts. Then we're going to rate our beer.
PP
cactus
pickle
facts
slaps.
Number 1. Here it goes.
You just know Yosemite Sam got it on with those prickly plants. Yeah, he did.
Cactus fact.
Just look up the Trichocereus species and the Lophophora williamsia species, and there you go.
Cactus fact number 2.
That was it. That was all.
Is that the only fact
that
you
was
know
all
about?
3.
It's all 3.
Can cactus get you high?
I grow them for ornamental reasons only.
No, but theoretically, could you get high off of cactus?
Theoretically, what?
Well, you can get high on almost anything. Like,
yeah,
honestly,
high on life.
I've been, yeah, which is insane.
A board game is fucking amazing.
Life, dude. What if like playing like games like Monopoly got you high?
If you burn the game life, those fumes will get you high, and you can.
I bet.
literally-
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it's
just-
like all paint and shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
probably lead.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I love lead.
Anyways,
So
are we-
favorite beer,
Favorite beers of the night.
starting with.
All right,
Jake.
Justin. Okay, never mind. All right, I'm gonna label mine. My favorite beer is gonna go here. My least favorite's gonna go over there. So, yeah.
So favorite.
Favorite was the
A
clockworky.
Orange.
Yeah, dude, it's the blanket design on that, man. So it's not just the design; it was actually a very good beer. 7.5 ABV is about my favorite ABV for a beer. Like less than that, and I kind of want more than that, and I'm just like slow down.
it's a goddamn boozy boy.
Yeah, 7.5 is like the golden territory for me, and I'm an IPA guy a lot of times, not always, but like that's one of my favorites.
So that's the number
tonight.
one.
Yeah, I think so. I think I might go something like that, maybe. For my real ratio, like
So
Well-
sour stout IPA.
yeah, and this
I know.
guy, I liked this one because it tasted like it ate a donut hole,
Yeah.
Like, and I think I
So
drank
your
it all
first
in
two are
one sip.
actually IPAs. No,
No, that's a stout.
so it's IPA, stout, IPA. Mead.
This one was just good. The mead was
Cream
interesting.
sour.
And then really I'd like to kind of do this if I could, but like it's getting too tall and I don't
That's
know.
fair. That's half as tall as the Twin
But-
Towers.
Oh yeah, well no, we've done crazier shit than this. You know this.
It'd be like that sometimes. Okay.
Never.
So there's your hierarchy.
That's I think so. I think these are three. I kind of can't decide with the last three. Everything
So
we
starting
had tonight was
here
good.
is number one, down to here.
Yeah, everything we had tonight was very good. I don't want to pick a favorite out of these three because I liked all of them. I just, I didn't like them as much as I liked these three.
I would say that mine is actually
So-
almost the complete opposite of that, but I'm
Really?
doing the more sensible thing, and for our viewers, I'm starting here for one and working down there.
That's dumb.
It is. It's the only thing that makes sense for me. So I would
I'm
say,
just kidding.
I fuck with that mead. So it's retrograde number 3, and I actually like this stout. Is number 4.
Damn.
I'd say
Wow.
We are so close.
I would say that just
If we
because.
switched these two,
So you did the okay.
and then
Which side are you
that
going from?
that
You're going
no
from
that
that
exact
side?
order as Brandon's,
I'm just not a
but
sour
just
guy.
switch these two. I didn't. This one was not. I wanted more of that
Coffee.
donut hole. Yeah,
You're not an IPA guy.
yeah. I wanted that.
Now this was a good one.
Yeah, no, it's actually the only stout we had of the night.
That may have actually. I think collectively that this, if we average our results, I guess the stout was actually our group favorite, wasn't it?
Well, I guess
'Cause,
two-
like, that was my s-
we
that was my
both put- We
second-
both put that one at the first, though. So like, what?
Yeah, but that's not how voting works. My vote counts like 4 times.
Oh, heard.
So,
It's
um, just kidding,
It's only
just
fair.
kidding. All right, I guess technically this was the best. That was probably second best, and maybe that was third. And
I guess
I got
collectively probably
collectively,
because
yeah, probably because that was
one
my
pretty high, too.
that was I rated that as like third or fourth or something. Like that was in my top 3. So
Oh, he put his hand up, so it did the.
Oh yeah. I don't know, guys. I didn't have any beers that I didn't like. I mean everything was good. I mean I would go into a restaurant and happily order one of these beers, any of the 6 that we had.
No,
I'd happily order it and drink the whole thing and be like, give me another.
I would not go into a restaurant and order one of these beers. But they were good.
You would get like a
You're not a beer guy,
I'm not.
yeah.
but you enjoyed the ones we had
Just, like,
tonight,
just
right?
give me some
did.
cactus
I
milk.
did.
Do cactuses produce milk?
I don't.
There's
Can you call
cactus
them
beer
milk?
out there though.
Can you
The
call
cactus
them?
have cactus have
Define
nipples.
They have areoles, yes.
Yeah, and so anything that comes from that must be a milk, right?
Basically, if you squeeze
Exactly.
it hard enough.
Yay! So cactuses stop. Stop.
If you squeeze it hard enough, it has milk. If it has nipples,
Yeah, you can milk anything with a teat.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, Jake. Come on, help me out.
So can you milk a cactus?
If you squeeze it hard enough.
Yes, I knew it.
But
I
All
knew
right.
it, I knew
spiky
it, I knew it.
boys.
Spiky boys. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
That's right. It's because cactuses don't like to be milked.
We're getting ready to call
That's
it
the
a
one
night.
reason they have spines.
Yes.
We're calling it an episode.
All right.
I had a great time. We talked about all kinds of funny shit.
It was fun. Yeah.
We talked about Kubrick and movies and beer. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you
I had a
for
great
having
time.
Sorry for Shanghaiing you.
You did get shanghaied into it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
That was fun.
And yeah, we will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for popping in. Everybody who popped in, even if you just popped in to see him, thank you still for that.
Yeah, thanks everybody that came by, man. It was a lot of fun.
It's been episode 191. I've had a great time. Hope you guys have a great night. We'll be back next Monday around the same time.
Round about the same time, come hang. You know.
Yeah.
We'll even if you guys are just here for Justin, we'll put Justin like a photo of Justin on the green screen.
we can do a follow-up cactus episode and have tons of cactus and find just cactus beer.
Oh shit!
Just beer beer that either is made with cactus or has a cactus in the pitcher.
Oh shit!
So we've done a cat episode with that.
Those, yeah.
Some of those were made with cats, and some of them just had cats on them. But
why did I miss that?
oh, I have photos of Justin.
Movie cats.
Yeah, sorry. Next week, Justin.
I sub
Cam.
for a Justin Cam.
Yeah, next week is the Justin Cam.
We can make that happen.
You don't have
Not
to
the
be here
Broadway
for the Justin
play,
Cam.
specifically the movie about the Broadway play.
Oh man, what a fun and crazy and chaotic night.
Justin
Guys,
Cam and ASMR.
It's been fun. This is me giving everyone a big heart.
That's not something. That's not something we normally do, guys. So don't expect this all the time.
Oh no, dude,
But-
guys, I have the biggest heart out of all of us. Like literally, my heart will one day consume the entire world.
Sounds
Apocalyptic.
I always get what I want. Yeah, you said that after I made it on a Justin Cam.
No, I'm just kidding. But okay, all right. I think it is time. It's time that I do something besides this. Like it's
All right,
time
guys.
that I'm gonna go upstairs and
Touch a cactus.
no.
Touch
I'm gonna go upstairs and actually, I don't know what I'm gonna do after this. But
They all
what
know
I'm
what you're
saying
gonna
is-
do.
No. I'm gonna go. I think I want to stop recording now.
Heard.
Yeah.
I was waiting on you to fucking finish with something, Jake,
What?
and you just let us all down. Thank you guys for tuning in again. You guys are awesome. We'll catch you guys next week.